what's up everybody? It's Jim Flanagan here, and you're watching MHL SportsCenter. We're here live. We got the chat room going over there. Got some videos, and as always, we got the recaps from last night, from Sunday night. Let's begin here. First matchup, it's going to be the Kleenex Tissue Fighters taking on Tickle Me Emo. Two great teams. Tickle Me Emo started the season off great. Then that trade involved, and slowly the team has been struggling as of late, taking on the red-hot Kleenex Tissue Fighters, who are just dominating teams here left and right. Let's go to Game 1 here. Game 1, and how do the Tissue Fighters put up here, scoring-wise? I mean, the team has great offensive scoring machine. And game number 1, the Kleenex Tissue Fighters going 4-for-4 on their power plays. They started things off 3-0 there in the first period. And then in the third, tacking on 7 goals. 7 goals. This is a 13-1 finish here. Are you kidding me? 13-1 final here. Everybody scoring there for the Tissue Fighters. Kuchiwali with 4 goals, 1 assist. The score leader there, NJ Ski, with a hat-trick, 3 goals, 4 assists. And what about this man, The Unheard? The Unheard with 5 goals, 6 assists in that 13-1 final. Then game number 2, a much closer game here. The Tickle Me Emo team starting things off great here, 2-0 in the first. But the Tissue Fighters come back here in the third. They tie it up 3-3 and send this game to overtime. Sober enough for Tickle Me Emo having 2 goals. But in overtime, it's NJ Ski. NJ Ski 7-11 with the overtime game winner. We actually have the game winner here. If we could locate it on the screen here. Here we go. The overtime game winner by NJ Ski. Make it 4-3 final there in game number 2 as they take it 4-3 final. Unheard and Kuchiwali also taking on the other goals there in that 4-3 final. And the Tissue Fighters take the first 2. Then we move on here for game number 3. Game number 3, high scoring game. It's 4-4, tied up after heading into the third period. But then in the third, Tickle Me Emo comes out scoring here. They win this one 7-5. 7-5 final. They went 3-4-5 on their power plays. NJ Ski and the waiver pickup Taco Sunday putting 2 goals for their team, but it wasn't enough here. Let's take a look at the game-leading goal, which made it 6-5, and then eventually it was a 7-5 final for the Tickle Me Emo taking game number 2 there. I mean, game number 3. Let's take a look here at that game winner, and in that game winner, which made it 7-5. Jacket Time had 4 goals, 2 assists in this game. Sober enough with 2 goals, 1 assist, and they take this one 7-5. But they lose the series here. They lose 2 out of the 3 games. The Kleenex Tissue Fighters improve here, and battle in that division in that West there between the 2 teams, and they take the Division 2 right now. Kleenex Tissue Fighters team to beat there in the West, maybe in the season 7 here. Let's move on here. We got 4 series. We got 3 other to recap here. Next series, it's going to be the Bundy family taking on the Drunken Engines. Now, the Drunken Engines heading into a series here. They're on a 15-game winning streak. Are you kidding me? 15-game winning streak. They're playing the Bundy family, which are doing great as well. The Bundy family been doing up and down here, but they're a playoff team here in season 7. Game number 1, Hugh Laurie and Draco 6 put the Bundy family up 2-1 in the first. But the Drunken Engines come back here. They tie it up, and then it's W all in with the game winner in the third period. He had 2 goals in this game, and Marty McFly with the other goal as they win 3-2 final. Then game number 2, another close one here. The Bundy family going 3-4-4 on their power plays. They tie in the third. It's 5-5, all tied up. Draco 6 with 2 goals for the Bundy family. We're going to go to overtime. But in OT, it's Johnny 5 coming out big here, getting the game winner in OT. Not only that, the game winner ended up being a hat-trick for Johnny 5. 3 goals for him in this game. Let's take a look. We actually got a video clip here of the game winner sent in by Johnny 5 there. There we go in the overtime there. to make things 6-5 final for the Drunken Engines as they continue the winning streak here at 17. Hat-trick for him. Marty McFly had the 2 other goals there. 2 goals, 2 assists for Marty McFly as they win 6-5. Game number 2. We're going to move on here. Game number 3. It's another overtime thriller here. It's tied up 3-3. WO 2 goals, 1 assist for the Drunken Engines. But this time in overtime, it's Mr. Clutch himself, Draco 6, with the game winner. He's known making the game winners here from last season, this season, and they win this 4-3. We actually have that game winner here. Let's take a look at the overtime game winner sent in by Case 2008 right there. Overtime game winner. Not only that, they win it 4-3 in overtime. The Duke had 2 goals, 1 assist to tack on there, but they snapped the 17-game winning streak for the Drunken Engines. So the streak got snapped there in overtime, but the Drunken Engines end up winning the series here, 2-3, and they end up with 5 points in that series. Great job for the Drunken Engines here, as they're a top team there in the East. We got 2 more series here. Next series lined up, it's gonna be Icy Hot taking on Puckin' Funny here. 2 teams struggling there in the West. Icy Hot coming off a big series win over the Shockers. And then we're going to move on here. Game number 1. Game number 1. Puckin' Funny struggling on the offense. Going 0-for-8 on their power plays. Not getting any offense. Meet the Assassin shutting them down. Gets a shutout here. 15 saves out of the 15 shots faced. And Icy Hot win this one 2-0. Shutout win. Captain Funbacks and Hansru goal each for them in that 2-0 final. Game number 2, not much different here. Puckin' Funny still no offense. Meet the Assassin with another shutout here. Once again, 15 saves out of the 15 shots faced. And it's a 2-0 final. Here, Buckeye Dude and Hansru make it a 2-0 final. But game number 3, it's different. It's scoreless after 2. Pooh Man getting a goal for Icy Hot. That 1971 with a goal for Puckin' Funny. It tied up 1-1. But it's Tyburn with the game winner. Makes it 2-1 final. They prevent the sweep there. But Icy Hot still managed to get 2 out of the 3 and win that series. And then now we're going to go to the final matchup here from last night, from Sunday night. It was the Shockers taking on Stench Trench. 2 teams in that Eastern Division there. Game number 1, it's the Shockers putting up 4 goals in the first period. Joe 9692 playing in net for the Stench Trench team. He had a decent game here, 20 saves out of the 24 shots faced, but not getting much offense. They lose this one 4-1. Mr. Snuggleson and Yambag 2 goals each and 1 assist in that 4-1 final. Game number 2, it's 2-2 after 3. We go to overtime here. Kick out the jam with 2 goals for the Shockers. Sacred Signs and King's Fall, 55 goal each, make it 2-2. We're in overtime, and it's Sacred Silence with the overtime game winner and gives Stench Trench the win here, 3-2 final. Then in the rubber match, game number 3, it's a blowout here, 8-1 for Stench Trench. Jimbo 2K on defense, getting 2 goals, 3 assists. Sacred Silence with 2 goals, 2 assists for him. Valorn, only 1 goal, but 3 assists. And then King's Fall 55 with a hat-trick here, 3 goals, 2 assists. They win it 8-1 and take the series. That's it. Those were the 4 games from last night. We got a whole bunch of games lined up tonight as well as Tuesday night, as this is the last week here in season number 7 before we head to the playoffs. It's Jim Flanagan, and that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow, same time, 5 o'clock Eastern. Good night, everybody.